Yeah, just a little short, little personal history with my use of video games. My favorite game that I played on a PC was a game called Soulbringer. Um, uh, and they have another game that came out called Torment. It's just similar, but I never got to. I've never played that one. The one I played was Soulbringer, where you're this caricature that goes on an adventure. You start out on this little, coming into this little town on a boat, and so you ask for advice for directions where to find somebody. What and it's a town, so you have to go into the town, and there's different items that you have to get before you can advance. You can find things on the ground. You can find gold, and you can find like things growing. So you eat them, and things happen. There's arches and gateways, and to get to other parts of the game, and portals, and you're given, like a means of carrying all of these different items. So you have like one part of the screen shows like your knapsack, and all the different tools and or weapons or items that you're carrying, magical books and things like that in your backpack or in your carrying bag, whatever it is. But it shows on the screen all your items. And then, as far as the battles that go on in the game, there's not only battles where you have to kill someone or another or a human anthropomorphic opponent, but there's battles where you take on other types of life forms and wizards and goblins and demons and then if you kill them and you're successful at the battle, then you gain like a treasure, like a treasure chest full of jewels, or like a book that's a magic book, or some secret potion, or a weapon that's like got really superpowers to it. So as the game goes on and you find different things, and there's also they give you clues when you have a conversation with the computer generated characters, they'll tell you things that you have to do to get to the next level. I I got stuck in that game and I couldn't go any further, so I got the cheats on it. It made it a lot better to play. I've had a good time when I learned all of the little hints and clues of the ins and outs and how to advance in the game without finding it out on my own. Very very interesting types of settings that they have in that game if you're into computer generated landscapes and that sort of thing, and buildings. It was all, they had like some places you go to would be like ancient. They had another place that was like, a graveyard, and another place that was there's this monument that you go up to. It has all these symbols on it, and that's a teleportation point from that, and then you can go jump to the other levels of the game. So you'll have to play the game. I'll leave a link to that, and I'll leave a link to the other online adventure social networking site that I'd go to a lot when I had a dial-up modem. It was called Active Worlds. In Active Worlds, you're an avatar, and you're able to have conversations with other avatars. And there's like a three-dimensional graphically generated images of buildings and foyers and courtyards and walkways and different places to go, paths and parks and settings that you could meet other people at. And then they had like big billboards up with, and then they'd have advertisements on there, and you could buy advertising space, or what you could do social networking too. They'd have people there, and as soon as you'd have a conversation with the other person, the words what they were talking about as they were typing would appear over their head. And you had to pay extra to be other kinds of avatars. I remember there was, like caricatures out of Alice in Wonderland you could get, and other kinds of superhero characters or whatever. You had to pay extra for that. And I remember flying around. You could actually fly over the landscape, which was I thought was kind of neat. And then you could You could do like a from your perspective as you're seeing whatever's happening, or you could do outside of your avatar and be looking at yourself, at your avatar self, while it's involved in whatever activities or conversation with another online user. And then there was these really elaborate worlds that were constructed by the subscribers. You could build these, buildings, or you could build like, amusement parks, or build outdoor parks. You could put buildings up, use put in artificial landscaping, and you could put your own JPEGs. You could put your own artwork up. They would have like billboards if you're in the avatar spaces you went to, and there were different levels to go to. And some worlds were actually levels on levels that the user had made themselves. So you go there and it'd be like an ocean world, or it'd be like a forest, or it'd be like a golf course or whatever. And then you could meet other users and have conversations, text-based conversations. I'll leave a link. Yeah, feel free to leave a comment. Thanks. Bye.